Hello chaps and chapesses, I hope you're well. Today we're looking at the humble Capo. The Capo is a brilliant tool for layering guitar sounds on top of each other. This is a really effective way of overdubbing rhythm guitar parts in the studio, but it's also a great thing if you are in a band or a duo or something where there's more than one guitarist basically, and you don't want to just replicate the parts that each other are playing. What you do need to know though is which fret to put the capo on at and which chord shapes to play in front of the capo, and we're going to deal with that a little bit later. But first of all, take a listen to this fingerstyle piece that I recorded. Okay, now apart from the fact that I wasn't really paying attention to the record levels when I played that earlier, and it does kind of top out in a couple of places, I do apologise. Apart from that, it sounds okay. Let's start looking at how we can layer some capoed parts on top of that though. First of all, you need to know where to put the capo and what shapes to play in front of the capo. Here's a little explanation. Right, here's what you do. Start by making a list of all of the chords in the tune. Here you can see that the chords we're playing are G, C, A minor, F and D. Then what you do is you count back one fret at a time from each chord. So looking at the G, you can see that that goes down to an F sharp, then to an F, then to an E, then to a D sharp and D, and so on and so on. And you do that for all of the chords in the piece and you end up with a table that looks like this. Don't worry about writing all of this out. You'll probably need to do this the first few times, but sooner or later you'll get so that you can just do this in your head. It's just kind of like getting good at doing mental arithmetic. If you look at the point where we've counted down 5 frets from each chord at the -5 column, you will see that we've got the chords of D, G, E minor, C and A. Now what that's telling us is that the chords of D, G, E minor, C and A are 5 frets below G, C, A minor, F and D respectively. So if you think about it, if you move those chords up, the D, G, E minor, C and A, the chords that are 5 frets below, if you move them up by 5 frets by placing the capo at the 5th fret, you will get yourself back to the G, C, A minor, F and D, but crucially different sounding versions of those chords. And it's those differences that make for quite a pleasant sound when you combine them with the original open chord G, C, A minor, F and D shapes. Now what you're trying to do here is to minimise the number of bar chords that you play. Not because you're lazy and you want to cheat your way out of playing bar chords, which is what a lot of people think the capo is for. No, it just makes no sense playing bar chords if you've got the capo on behind it. The whole point of the capo is to move open chord shapes up and down the neck. So looking along that table, you'll see that once we move our G, C, A minor, F and D chords down 7 frets, we come to C, F, D minor, A sharp or B flat and G. Now out of those 5 chords there, 3 of them are open chords, the C, the D minor and the G. We've got an F chord in there and we've got a B flat chord in there, but we can live with those. So place the capo at the 7th fret and play those shapes C, F, D minor, B flat and G, and you will get back to your original C, G, A minor, F and D chords, but again different sounding versions of them. And there's one other place where we get the majority of chord shapes as open chords, and that's if you look at the 10th fret, where if you play an A, D, B minor, G and E chord shapes, you will end up once again on the G, C, A minor, F and D chords, and these will give us yet another different variation on the sound of those same chords, and we can combine those with the original open chord shapes that we began with to get another layer of texture that we can add to the sound. Here's what all that begins to sound like. Okay, so next you're going to hear what that fingerstyle part that you heard me play earlier sounds like if I combine it with another fingerstyle part, this time with the capo on at the 5th fret, where I'll be playing the D, G, E minor, C and A chords. It's beginning to sound rather pretty, isn't it? Let's move it along a little bit. This time I'm going to put the capo on at the 7th fret and play the C, F, D minor, B flat and G chords alongside those two parts that you've already heard. And just for good measure, now let's put the 10th fret capo part on top of this using the A, D, B minor, G and E chord shapes. And just to prove that this capo technique isn't the exclusive domain of fingerstyle guitarists, here are all those parts played once again, but this time with a strumming style. And there you have it. That is how to use the capo to make a big, rich guitar sound, whether you're playing with other guitarists or whether you're layering guitar tracks on a recording. I hope you found this useful, I hope you found it informative and, as ever, maybe even a little bit inspiring. If you live on Teesside in the northeast of England and you would like some tailored one-to-one guitar tuition, then give me a shout via the details coming up at the end of this video. And if you're a fan of guitar music, then why not check out my new album called The Whiskey Made Me Do It, which is available on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, all the usual places basically, and I'll stick some links in the description below this video for that. Okay folks, have a nice day and see you all next time. Bye for now.